Alright, what's going on everybody? So welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Karen here, who is rich and better than everybody, destroyed Target over some masks on display. So, with the world in the situation that it is, masks have become somewhat of a necessity. Lots of places are requiring you to wear one to even go out and do things. A lot of cities are putting out ordinances and whatnot to make you wear masks, and, you know, it's been a pretty rough year, right? We've all kind of had a hard time with this one. It's been a lot to cope with and a lot to adjust to, and it's definitely something that a lot of us honestly just wish was over. And I mean, it isn't over yet, and there's a long road ahead of us and everything, but hopefully we will come out of this stronger and whatnot. So Karen here, though, has decided that the masks are not a necessity and that nobody should basically be able to buy them, and Target is at fault for selling them. So, you know, you're just doing your shopping at Target or whatever, right? You're gonna go get some groceries or whatever, and, you know, you see the mask display there, and you're like, yeah, I probably need one of those. No. You're not allowed to do that. That's wrong. So, yeah, Karen has decided to take it upon herself to enact justice against Target and all of the manipulation that has been going on. And honestly, I gotta say, I thank her for her service. I mean, this was the absolute right decision, and she totally was completely justified in doing this. So, I even saw an article about this whole thing, and I mean, it was just crazy to see, but yeah, this was newsworthy. I mean, it made the news. So, yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so, before we get into this video, though, I do want to go ahead and say, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. I'm uploading all kinds of content all the time, so there's plenty for you to see, and at the same time, maybe share it with a friend. And of course, let me know what you think down below. All those things are essential at this point. So yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, though, let's go ahead and just jump right on into the video, I guess.
Finally, we meet the end of the road. I've been looking forward to this all my life. So...
Alright, so you've been looking forward to this your entire life, but, you know, this is something that came completely out of left field, like the whole pandemic and whatnot. Like, no one really expected this to happen, but you've been looking forward to it your entire life. And also, you gotta love the sentiment here. You know, I've been waiting to destroy this Target display of masks my entire life. I was 7 years old, sitting there in elementary school plotting on how I was gonna bring the evil Target company down, because in 22 years or whatever, they're gonna be selling masks over something, right? You were just sitting there thinking about it and plotting it the whole time, man. Like, that's crazy, you know? You're like a fortune teller or something. I mean, you're just magic if you can do that, right? You need to go and seek a profession in the occult and some magic, because that's insane that you were just looking forward to this decades in advance. You gotta love how she's just systematically going through all these masks and deciding to just throw them all over the place. I don't really understand what she expected to happen in this entire thing, if I'm keeping it a $1.50 with everybody here, right? Because, you know, she has a problem with the masks being sold. She has a problem with the entire idea of them even being there. But I mean, it's not like she's taking them out of the store. She's not physically removing the ability to purchase them. She's not really doing anything to harm this business from selling these things. All she's really doing is, instead of them being neatly displayed, she has now taken them and thrown them all over the place. So now the customers who go by, you know, they're looking for masks or whatever, and they go to the mask section, and, you know, they're looking down at the ground. They're like, oh, they're just all over the floor for some reason. They're not neatly displayed for me to decide. You know, it's not like people wouldn't be able to purchase these masks because she threw them everywhere. It just really comes down to the fact that some minimum wage employee is now going to have to be called over the intercom over here. Billy, can we get you to come to aisle 14? Some Karen decided she was going to throw the masks all over the place. We're going to need you to clean that up for about $7 an hour. Thank you. I mean, congratulations. All you're really doing is inconveniencing some 19-year-old in college who's just trying to make it through the rest of the day, go home and have some pizza and go to sleep. But now instead, they have to deal with your mess. They have to deal with what you've done, all because you disagree with what this company is selling. And at the end of the day, I don't even understand where, like, the outrage she's displaying is even supposed to be directed. She's not at least displaying it in the correct place, because the way that she's reacting, you would think that Target, like, made this entire thing up, and, like, the whole pandemic is a conspiracy. And, like, Target, if they wasn't actually making a conspiracy, they were going around and they were giving it to people. That way they'd have to come to Target and buy a mask, almost like some Dr. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated type beat behavior is going down, right? I mean, you throwing the masks all over the store in a Target is not going to be like pandemic solved. It's not going to be like no one's going to need a mask tomorrow. In reality, all you're really doing is, by putting yourself in this position, you might actually be increasing the transmission of the disease, because people walking by you or whatever, I'm assuming you don't have a mask on, you're out here breathing your particles and whatnot in everyone else's face, and now they might get it. So I don't even understand the outrage. Like I said, she acts as if Target, like, created this entire thing in order to boost sales or something crazy, right? New Target exclusive. Come through and get a mask or else, you catch it. You gotta love how she, like, is mad now and throwing them off her cart like she didn't place them there in the first place. Like, it's nobody's fault but your own in this situation here that you're even, like, I guess having to dig these off the cart. It's kind of what happens, I guess, when you decide you're gonna make it rain masks in a Target for no reason because for whatever reason you just are upset that they have them available. I mean, you gotta think about this logically, like, why would Target not sell them? Why would Target not sell masks? I mean, it's, once again, become a necessity. Lots of people shop at Target, why would they not have masks on display for you to buy? I mean, I don't know, maybe the logic is just, it supersedes her ability to see it or whatever, I have no idea, but I just think that it's kind of ridiculous, right? I'm going to Target to throw the masks everywhere, and then I'm gonna get mad that I threw the masks on my own cart and throw them everywhere once again. I mean, it's just a logical thing, right? You just gotta kind of compute that one to make it make a little bit of sense, huh?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. We don't want any of this anymore. This is over. No. No. Do you? Why? Why? You let everybody else do it. You let everybody else do it. Why I can't do it? Because I'm a blonde white woman? Fucking wearing a $40,000 fucking Rolex? I don't have the right to.
You gotta love that logic, man. Hey, everyone else does it. Everyone else is allowed to do it. Everyone else is allowed to go into the Target and throw masks all over the place because people do that all the time, right? Lots of people do that, man. I mean, I've seen so many videos of normal people just walking into Target and throwing masks everywhere and making it rain, man. It just, everyone else is allowed to do it but her, and it's because she's a blonde white woman. Like, what? She's acting as if there's like, I don't know, there's like signs everywhere that are like, attention, blonde white women are not allowed to throw masks in this store. Like, come on, man. What did you think you were saying or doing with this one? I mean, you completely missed the mark. And it's funny because one of the employees confronting her is a blonde white woman, so what were you thinking? But I mean, I think the best piece of logic here, the best piece of this entire video, I'm wearing a $40,000 Rolex. I'm allowed to say or do whatever I want. Okay, Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but there's a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio, they're like introducing the Steve Madden IPO or whatever, and he's like trying to rally everybody up to get him to sell it so he could make a bunch of money off of it. And he's like, I've been a rich man, I've been a poor man, and I choose rich every time because at least when I deal with my problems, I get to show up in a $2,000 suit and a $30,000 or whatever watch on my wrist, and then he throws it in the crowd. That's this woman, man. She's like, I deal with my problems by throwing the masks around in Target, and at least when I go to deal with my problems, I'm wearing a $40,000 watch and my hair's blonde. Like, come on, man. What did you think you were gonna do? As if, like, having a $40,000 Rolex is now a rite of passage to just do whatever you want. Sure, yeah, the rich, they probably do get away with a lot more stuff because they are rich and they can, pay and post bail or whatever and hire really good lawyers, but I mean, come on. Did you think that they were just gonna be like, ma'am, is that what are you throwing these masks around for, ma'am? This is insane. Oh, wait, is that a $40,000 Rolex? Okay, yeah, go do whatever you want, man. I mean, come on, it just, wow, But yeah, this woman, she did this, she acted a fool, she destroyed Target because they sold masks, and well, of course it went viral because that's how I saw it, and that's how now you guys are seeing it, and we're all reacting to it at the same time here. Well, with that being said, right, somebody, I guess, found out who she was, and the cops ended up at her house because there's a clip that she basically streamed live of her being arrested, and honestly, I gotta say, I don't think that she's mentally well because, I mean, well, just take a look at the clip, I guess.
They drained the swamp. They did everything that Donald Trump was elected to do. You can read about it on Twitter. You can read about it in the news. All of the deep state politicians, all of that stuff has happened. It's done. Okay. So I was hired to be the QAnon spokesperson.
Is coming here today?
I cannot. It's a secret. What do you mean? Like I can't give you any classified information. You don't have clearance. You don't have clearance.
Okay.
You don't.
You're a spokesperson,
yeah,
correct?
For the White House. Yeah.
Okay.
Call Donald Trump and ask him if you don't believe me.
Do you have his phone number?
Do I have his phone number? I'm on the phone with him all the time. I'm fucking wired.
Okay, so if you don't understand what's going on, the police showed up, I would assume, to arrest her, or at least question her as to why, hey ma'am, why did you throw a bunch of masks around in Target and cause a big scene? And disturb the public and whatever. So, when the police showed up to her house to do whatever they were doing, she basically went on this big tirade live to a bunch of people, saying that she was like a spokesperson for the White House, and like if the police officer didn't believe her, to call Donald Trump and ask him. Because for some reason, I guess she thought that like being a White House spokesperson would exonerate her from doing any wrong and like a crime. I don't know, she has this idea, I guess, where like just because she has these status things or whatever, she can just do whatever. I mean, the $40,000 Rolex and now this. Now, obviously, it's not true. This woman is not a spokesperson for the White House. She does not have any direct contact with Donald Trump. And even if she did, it wouldn't ever have made it to where, like, she could do what she did. It would still be a crime and she could still be arrested for doing it. Just because, you know, you're a spokesperson for the White House doesn't mean you can just go and just do whatever you want, right? So, I'm just not sure in what reality she is in, I guess. I don't know what reality she thought the cop was going to be like, oh, okay, let me call up Donald Trump on my cell phone really quick and just, he's going to dial a number and Trump's going to pick up like, oh yeah, she's a spokesperson. Like, that was never going to happen. It was never going to be a situation where, like, she was going to be able to get away with this. I mean, she committed a crime, she acted a complete fucking idiot, and now she has to pay the consequences for it. That's kind of how that whole thing works, and it's not because she's a blonde white woman or whatever, but, I mean, you did something wrong. It's okay to admit that sometimes, but, the cop is just, I mean, baffled by the situation because it's just bewildering, I guess. Nobody really knows what she's saying. It doesn't make any sense. She's acting completely ridiculous. I gotta kind of feel bad for the cop because he has to hear absolute lunacy and she's like screaming this to people on the internet. You know, he's just responding to some call because some lunatic was just out there acting a complete fool in Target and now he has to go and deal with this situation. He's very clearly uncomfortable. I think anyone would be in that situation. I mean, if I was just faced up with this woman talking about, oh, you know, I destroyed the Target because they were selling masks and I'm tired of it and I'm a spokesperson for the White House, you can call up my boy Trump and see what's going on. You know, I think I would probably react with a very odd demeanor too. Now, at the end of the clip, she was arrested by the police because, I mean, obvious, right? So, she was arrested by the police, she was yelling a bunch of conspiracies about the entire thing out and whatnot, but I mean, you know, she was taken into custody for this whole situation, so I guess the lesson here is, first off, don't go destroy Target for no reason. Second off, don't lie to the police about random things like, I'm a spokesperson for Trump, what, were they going to believe that? And number 3, and perhaps most importantly, if you're going to act ignorant and you're going to commit a crime and just be a complete fucking fool for everyone to see, maybe don't film yourself committing the crime and getting yourself in trouble because of that. I mean, I don't know how many times I've said this here on the channel, but you can't be filming crimes that you commit and expect for, like, the police to not get involved or to see it, because, I mean, it's gonna happen. So, yeah, with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, destroying Target over some masks, and signing out.